What up everybody, username here. We're back again in the Taiwan server, and today we're going over Big Ben. He's really good defensively, and I mean really good. Imagine Capella, but much faster and better. He has a 270-degree block angle. Whenever an opponent attempts a shot within 3 meters from the basket, his block range for layups and shots is significantly increased. His block range for dunks is slightly increased, and his block angle increases to 360 degrees. Whenever he attempts a block, his block range and recovery speed after landing are greatly increased. After landing from a block attempt, he can quickly attempt another block. This has a 35-second cooldown that only goes down on defensive possessions. Whenever a teammate interferes with a shot, the whole team's morale slightly increases. In a defensive possession, the morale of the teammate who gets the loose ball will increase significantly. If the opponent turns over the ball because of the shot clock, the morale of the entire team increases significantly. In the next offensive possession, after successful defense, the team's movement speed, passing speed, and shooting accuracy slightly increases. His dunk trigger rate is 100% within 5 meters from the basket. However, whenever he shoots within 3 meters from the basket, the blocking range of his shot is significantly increased. If that sounds confusing, don't worry. It just means that the opponent's block range is significantly increased if they try to block his shots. He has 2 sprints, both for off-ball and defense. Both have separate cooldowns as well. On defense, his movement speed, defensive rebound competitiveness, and screen resistance rate within 3 seconds are significantly increased. Whenever he's fighting for rebounds, his rebound competitiveness increases slightly when going for rebounds that are far from him, and the chance of him being stopped from rebounding decreases slightly. His rebound competitiveness increases on defensive rebounds. When holding defense, his strength attribute, chances of stopping a drive, and dropping the ball during a bump increase significantly. When using the box out for a short period of time, the chance of being stopped from rebounding is slightly reduced. He has a dunk that works within 3 meters from the rim. He also has a putback dunk that you can trigger by pressing this. It works within 2 meters from the rim. His ultimate can only be used in defensive possessions. It costs 300 morale initially, and he enters a state which consumes 60 morale per second. His screen resistance rate and post-up resistance rate increases to 100% outside the 5-meter range of the rim, and there's a chance to stop the opponent's post-up. He can also stop a dribble of an opponent that's 1.9 meters away when they receive a pass by pressing his ultimate when this icon appears around them. He can also stop the opponent's dribble just by pressing his ultimate. Both of these actions can only be done within 5 meters from the rim. The longer the time that his ultimate is active, the higher chance of a steal. For the talents, here is the order I recommend. These first 2 talents are interchangeable. First, get this one. It increases his block range when performing a block from behind the opponent. Next, get this. It allows him to perform a dash of defense whenever an opponent 2 meters away from him passes the ball. It can only be used once in a defensive possession. After that, get this. When being boxed down by a post-up, there's a chance that he'll stop the opponent's dribble. Get this one too. It significantly increases the block range and shot interference rate of his teammates within 2.5 meters of him. Then, get this one. During his ultimate, his box-out resistance and the chance of stopping a drive significantly increases. Finally, get this one. Whenever he is attempting a dunk or putback dunk, the closer the opponent to him, the higher the block resistance. Now, how do you play Ben Wallace? The playstyle is focused primarily on defense and rebounding. Unlike Capella, who moves like a turtle, Wallace has better mobility. Because of his increased block range, angle, and short dash, he can help out in double teams and quickly rotate back to the paint if an opponent is attempting a shot. The increase on block range that he gives to his teammates near him makes defense pretty easy for everyone. So you basically play him like Bam or Gasol. He may not be as fast as them, but his increased block range and angle makes up for it. I like to stay 4 to 5 meters away from the rim. This is the sweet spot where you can help out in the perimeter, but also rotate back to the paint quickly enough. At the end of an offensive possession, always try to use your sprint because it carries on to the next defensive possession. You can try to quickly run towards the rim using a sprint and anticipate a rebound, or just use it for the speed boost. Whenever you're anticipating for a dunk, use your sprint because it also increases your strength, which increases the block success rate. If you successfully block someone, your sprint quickly switches to off ball, meaning you can sprint again to chase for the loose ball. On offense, try to set screens for your teammates, and every time your teammates shoot, quickly use your sprint to anticipate a quick putback or rebound. Before dunking, always try to do a pump fake, then dunk to catch your opponents off guard or mess up their timing. When you're fighting for offensive or defensive rebounds, hold this box out while being near the rim because it reduces the chance of you being boxed out or stopped from rebounding. For the potential, I use Lockdown D, Airborne Ace, and Anchor. For the partner, I pick the one that gives rebound. You can also use the other one that gives blocked based on your preference. Before we get into the gameplay, drop a like if you enjoyed the video and sub if you're new. It really helps me out a lot and I appreciate the support. Anyways, that's enough talk. Let's see Big Ben ruin everyone's day.